Most guys lack control over their lives and fall into bad habits. They fap, play video games, smoke weed, or mindlessly scroll through social media like a brain-dead zombie. Pathetic. You won't be young forever. There will come a time when your energy fades, and when death eventually arrives, you'll either reflect on your life with pride or with shame and regret. I know I sound harsh, but I was once that guy who had no control over his life. Looking back, I indulged in all the bad habits you could imagine. But everything changed when I realized my mind was being controlled by a lizard. So, I tamed the lizard and took control of my life again. You might think I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. There's a slimy lizard inside your head, driving you to bad habits and keeping you distant from your true potential. It's not a physical lizard walking around in your brain, but rather a part of your brain called the reptilian brain, also known as the amygdala. That's right, we all have something called the lizard brain. It's a small part of your brain that chases after your most primal desires, and it moves us without any real intention. Often, this part of our brain is useful, like when you follow an automatic routine, such as driving. Have you ever been driving somewhere, deep in conversation or distracted, and reached your destination without even remembering how you got there? That's because your reptilian brain was doing most of the driving. But here's the catch, all forms of addiction stem from the lizard brain. Anything addictive in today's world is designed by someone who knows about your lizard brain and is exploiting it. They're making you switch to autopilot mode, and just like a zombie, you start engaging in bad habits, wasting your potential. But that stops now. I'm going to teach you how to tame the lizard brain and take back control of your life. Number 1, understand the lizard. Most people have no control over their lizard brain, and in fact, many don't even know it exists, which is why they're constantly failing. I need you to listen closely because this will give you an edge over 99% of people. Before you can tame your lizard brain, you must first understand its purpose. The lizard brain has always had one primary function, to keep us alive by alerting us to potential threats and danger. Back in prehistoric times, the lizard brain responded to threats quickly and automatically. I'm talking about primal instincts like fear. When even the slightest hint of danger was present, the lizard brain took over. This was essential for survival when predators were lurking, as there was no time to analyze situations. In this way, the lizard brain ensured our survival. But the key thing to remember is that the lizard brain only has two modes, safe or unsafe. When it perceives safety, it lets the rest of the brain take charge. When it senses danger, it triggers an automatic response, fight, flight, or freeze. This becomes problematic in the modern world because we're no longer living in prehistoric times, where predators are after us for food, yet our survival instincts haven't evolved. They've become twisted, and your lizard brain, being overly cautious, tends to blow every threat out of proportion. This was useful back in the day, but today, it's holding us back from personal growth, happiness, and achieving higher goals. The side effect of keeping you safe is that the lizard brain also stops you from pursuing your dreams. Anytime you try something new, like aiming for a new career, the lizard brain perceives it as a threat and sends a warning, danger ahead. It will then launch a full-on campaign to get you back into your comfort zone. It despises change, risk, or anything that seems risky. This is why you freeze up like a deer in the headlights at the mere thought of pursuing your dreams. On a primal level, animals freeze to avoid being detected by predators. So, your lizard brain's first reaction is to stay still and stay safe. Movement equals danger. Those thoughts that creep in, like don't do it, you'll lose all your money, or you can't do that, you're too inexperienced, too old, or you don't have what it takes, those are all the voices of the lizard brain. It's a master at procrastination, self-sabotage, making excuses, and obsessing over needing to know the how before moving forward. The closer you get to chasing your dream, the louder the lizard brain sounds the alarm. It has no concept of a soul-sucking job versus a dream career. It always chooses familiarity, because familiar equals safe. And remember, the lizard brain only sees two options, safe or unsafe. It can't process the gray areas in between. Now that you understand the lizard brain, it's time to tame it. Number 2, tame the lizard. Your lizard brain will never support your self-improvement, happiness, or achievement of higher goals. That responsibility falls on the evolved part of you, your willingness to engage your frontal lobe, your rational thinking brain. You have the power to override your lizard brain using your neocortex if you choose to. Think of your lizard brain and neocortex as two wolves in a battle. One wolf stands for comfort and leisure, while the other stands for improvement and ambition. The wolf you feed is the one that will win. So, feed your neocortex and starve the lizard brain. The first step to doing this is by recognizing the lizard. Awareness is key. Identify when your lizard brain is speaking. The second step is to talk to your lizard. Once you realize the lizard is speaking, engage with it. Personally, I mock that inner lizard voice. I call it weak, and whenever it tries to make me quit, I make sure to do exactly the opposite of what it wants. The third step is to simply take action, act first, think later. The best way to silence the lizard is by acting. After watching this video, you'll no longer have any excuses to be pathetic. Recognize that all your excuses and bad habits. Product of the lizard brain. So, tame it. By the way, if you're serious about leveling up in life, don't forget to show some love by hitting the like and subscribe buttons. Until next time.